Hello there guys, and welcome back to our car modeling tutorial. And today in this episode what I think we'll do is we will work on the wing mirrors, and hopefully if we have time we'll do the shark fin antenna on the top. And then I think on the next episode after that we'll do the lights, and then I think we're pretty much good to go now. I really don't like modeling wing mirrors. It's probably one of the most annoying, frustrating things for me. I'm not sure why. I generally think it's just because of the angle that we work at here. Let's just go into our X-ray view. I need to do the same probably for our front's not too bad there. Okay, so the way we're going to start this is we will start with a plane. I'll bring this out here. And with this plane what we'll want to do is, as usual, we're going to want to take down our subdivisions for our width and our height, and then let's rotate this in this direction here. So we're going to go negative 90%. And what we're going to need to do is on our rear view, we need to take this back a little bit here so we can actually see it. Okay, so on our rear view here, what we're going to do is we're going to map out the shape. So see in our references is images here. I can get one from the rear. Okay, so we're going to map out the shape of this here. So we're going to drop this over here, and in a similar fashion we're going to grab our vertices. I'm going to drop these in each of the corners here. Oops. So I'll go like so. I'm going to try and maybe stay halfway between the lines here. So maybe go something like that. And grab this edge here. What we'll actually want to do is, because we're going to be moving this in a second, we'll probably want this to be on as few edges as possible. So do something like that. Let's just get this around here. I'm just going to map out the edge of this. And so let's maybe just merge these together here. And what we'll do is bring in some edge loops. So maybe go 2 on here. Let's just move that around there. And then we'll go 2 down here to kind of match those edges as well. Because we're going to want, again, the geometry at the top and the bottom here to kind of match. So let's bring this one down here. Maybe help the corners a little more up here. So we'll have this one to this one here. We'll want one more then going down there. Something like that. Now these proportions are generally fairly thin. So I'll try and get this fairly uniform around here. And then I think what we'll do is let's get maybe 2, maybe 3. So we'll go 1 there, 1 here, and 1 here. try and map out that shape nicely, and then we'll go one here, over here, one in the center there. Hopefully now that will allow us to just smooth off some of these portions. And again, I think we want to keep this fairly thin. I don't want this to be too thick right now. Maybe go something like that. You can get these two and a little bit more as well. Okay, so we've got kind of like the profile of that laid out. So let's bring that back down here. What we're going to need to do is we need to rotate this. Because these portions are generally fairly straight. Let's go something like that. And I'm just going to bring it back again, now that we're on the correct axes. I'm probably going to need to move these around. Okay. Cool, that looks fine. Let's bring that down here. So generally this first block is always going to be plastic. Let's see how we're sitting at the front here. Okay, so we'll go somewhere in between there. So what we're going to want to do is we'll grab the edges here, and we are going to hit Control E. Now the first thing I'm going to do is scale them up a little bit, and then bring them back. Maybe not scale that much. There, that should do. Okay. Now I'm going to probably work to the inside of the lines here rather than the out. And what I'm going to do is, it looks like we're working on a few separate sections. So we've got this lower section here, just here, which is going to work as the lower plastic section, and then this bit at the top here is going to work more of the body colored section. So what we could maybe do is let's try, let's bring this onto a component here. Let's try taking this up, and then we'll take this up here too. And we'll do that because, oh, it looks like that's actually the, well, we'll want that up as well, to be honest. It looks like on this side we're already sat okay for it. So this portion here is going to be the lower edge, and then above that we're going to have the body colored section, which is fine. So if we grab our edges here again, what we'll do is we'll extrude these again, something like this. Now what we essentially have here is we have a line there, and that line is kind of going to fold back over here. So what we'll want to do is, firstly we'll check to see how we're sitting there. So we do actually want to bring this down so. Maybe scale that down. Okay. And what we're going to want is we are going to want to grab the edges here. So maybe not these ones. Okay, so we'll grab these ones and we'll hit Control E. We'll bring these out. And let's take this one over here. And we can merge that. And then we're just going to want this to follow this line here. Okay, so I want that to sit something like that. And obviously we're going to need these to kind of follow this line here. Go something like that. Let's just grab all of this here. Just pull it up a little bit. Okay. Okay. So that's looking not too bad just there. What I'm going to do is grab these edges here. Actually, what we'll do, I'm just going to make sure that that's forming a bit nicer there. I think the best bet would be to grab all of these here, maybe this one too, and then this one. We'll hit Control E, and we'll extrude that again, and we'll take that down here, like so. Okay. And this is going to merge around onto here. So do something like that. That's looking okay. Difference is this time what we're going to want is this to sit a bit higher. Okay, that's looking good. And then we'll grab each of these again. Hit Control E, and we'll take this down. And the difference is now we're going to want this to be, I think, practically level, because this is now going to be the lower part of the body colored section. We'll grab each of these, just remove them one by one. Kind of replicate a bit, will be fine. And then this here is going to need to snap over here. Now one thing I will do is with these points here, we'll want to maybe pull them over in this direction. We'll do the same with these. That should help our curve just a little bit inside there. And then obviously we're going to need these to be pulled out on here. So I think we'll want these to be something like that. Okay, so it looks like we've got that section done. Let's I think we'll want that to go there. So we'll bridge that gap, and then we can fill that hole. Okay, so that's looking okay so far. Looks like we need to bring this back up there. And then essentially what we're going to want to do, well, we'll do this now, is we'll grab this, we'll hit Control E, just take that in a little bit there. We'll do that now because we are going to be chopping this up fairly soon. The only thing that's really left to do is, let's actually, before we do anything else, we'll bring these points in here, like so. So what we need to do now is we need to grab these points again, these edges, and we'll grab all the way around here. I'm going to hit Control E, and this is going to now be the plastic section. And I think best thing to do here would be just to merge all of these together. Again, just holding V to snap. So go that to there. I think here then we're going to need this one to go here as well. Let's maybe add another loop just under here. Cool. And now we should be able to snap. If I can grab the correct vertices here. We could add another line in there, but it may. I think that's what we'll have to do. So let's set another loop just here. That'll help us shore up these corners anyway. We'll grab these ones, we'll just pull them out. And let's take all of these. And we'll do something like that. Let's take this around here. Okay. And we'll need all of these lower facing vertices. We need to pull these down. Okay. It's looking a bit awkward around here. What we actually want is this to start to peel back around here. I think what we'll also want to do is we'll maybe ditch that and that. Let's get rid of those vertices as well. I think if we do something more like that. Okay, so that's looking okay. We'll need these here to come back a little bit. Okay, so it'll be something like that. Now, what we're going to want to do is we are going to need to grab those faces here, and we'll hit Ctrl E. We'll take these in, because these are going to be what's there for our portion. We'll take that in, and then take that out, something like that. Again, it looks like maybe we're not quite as here as we could be. And let's maybe deselect these. Let's see about bringing this just a little bit further out in this direction. Let's maybe take that to here. And just get rid of those faces. Okay. And we'll grab the edges again. Let's hit Ctrl E, we'll take that in. And then we can pull them out, like so. Okay, so that will be something like that. Okay, so what we'll do here now is let's insert an edge loop. We're going to drop that in above here. Actually, we'll do that. We can select all those inner edges there and we'll fill the hole. Just select the face and then we can extract it. So that's going to be our glass inside there. So on here again, let's insert the edge loop which goes all the way around. So I'm going to select all these faces here. I'm going to hit Ctrl E. And what we'll do is we'll pull in on the blue arrow so we get the groove inside there. And then I'm just going to hit delete. Oh. And then we can separate. Oh. See if we can actually. Maybe they're still attached. I think they're still attached. Maybe here. And the same there. So we can now separate those. So we have our body coloured side and then our plastic side. And just as before, we're going to insert some edge loops on here. So we'll start at the front. We need to get one that runs around the edge, like so. Also want to get one down here. Maybe one fairly close to the bottom there. Okay, so that looks pretty good. We'll also, we do have an extrusion down here. So maybe what we'll do is if we undo that addition here, do it a little bit further, grab the faces to that, and we'll just do the same. We'll extrude in and then hit delete. So now we've got that gap in between there. Separate those points too. You can see now we've got that crease running down. I think we'll probably want an edge loop running along here and here. Also want one to go in there and in there. Okay, so that's looking good. And then our top portion here. We'll need that up here. So for our top portion, what we're going to need to do is we're going to want to drop a point here. The reason we want to do that is because we are going to want to drop an edge here. And then an edge loop around here. And then we can join those together. Okay, so we've got that defined line going across the top there. this here, and this here, and this inside there. I think we'll drop one on the outside here too. And then in here we'll need to do the same. We'll grab all of those, hit Control E, take it in on the blue, and then hit delete. And we'll want to sharpen these off too. We'll need to take away these faces here. Okay, so we're looking okay just there. And we don't want this corner squaring off. So we'll delete that and insert an edge loop a little bit higher up here. And do something like that. That's got a much smoother edge now. And in here we'll also need this and this. And that too. Okay, so that's not looking too bad. It should be fine just now. Looks awfully big to me, but okay. So if we grab all these components, what we're going to need to do is we now need to get these points. Go something a bit more like this. Okay, let's just see how defined that line is inside. Do that. Okay, and then it looks like the last thing that we'll need to do for this is spraying in a new plane. I'll take that down to 0 and 0, and then rotate that around -90. Now what we'll want for this is we're going to want this to merge up here. And let's just see down there for now. Okay, so I want that to be something like that. Now that's going to be too far, so I'll take that down, something like that. This isn't going to be far enough. Now this doesn't have to be perfect, because what we're going to be doing with this is grabbing our face here and I'm going to be extruding like so. So it does actually come off quite a chunk, so if we do something like that, and then with our vertices, hopefully if we can get a good component option here, which we haven't. Just go for the old option. I'm going to pull this down and in, so something like that. I think we want to be a little bit further out still. We need to do the same down here. Now I've got mine overlapping, it's not perfect down here, but I'm not going to see it behind here anyway. So we'll go something like that, smooth this off and just make sure we're not protruding out anywhere. That looks good. We won't need to smooth that, that should be fine as is. Just simply going to apply my darker material to that. Okay, so that's looking good. It's a little bit scrappy, but it's not too bad. So that's going to be our wing mirror there. And we should be able to select all these elements here. And Control D, Control G. I'm going to scale them -1 on the X. And we can get all that smoothed off again. Okay, so that's looking okay. It did look a little bit big at first, but I think now that both are in position, it's not looking too bad at all. And I think what we'll do for the last bit of this episode is we'll make the shark fin aerial as well. So to do this, I think we'll just do it out of a basic cube. And let's bring it back here. So it doesn't look like we actually have anything on our top view, which is a little bit awkward. Let's see if we've got anything on our rear view. Okay, cool, so we've got it on our rear view, so that's fine. So I think what we'll do is let's bring this up something like that. Now I'm going to go just underneath the roof here. So we can see that up here we are inside the roof. Let's just go a little bit lower just to guarantee that we are inside there. Okay. And what we'll do is we'll aim to drop these down here. It's going to be our base. Now if we insert some edge loops here, I think we're going to go for 3, so we'll drop 1 in the middle and 2 a little closer to the edge here. What we'll want to do is let's grab each of these and scale those in, something like that. And then we'll do the same for these ones. looks like, let's just undo that, let's bring that back. So we're going to want to grab these ones and these ones. So we want these to be the same. We'll go for those ones and those ones. I think I got a bit confused there, so we'll grab these. We'll bring them in so that they're very close together. Take these two and these two. And bring them in something like that. Okay, so that's okay. And let's grab our top faces here. And we're going to hit Control E. I'm going to scale in here to something like that. And we'll scale down ever so slightly too. And we'll pull these up, like so. Now these will be what makes the shape. Okay, so we'll go something like that. And then let's insert an edge loop. Maybe just here. And then we can scale that in. And I think we'll pull it down. Let's just check a profile view, just make sure that we're, yeah. So something like that, and then I think I'll just do one more, maybe up here. I'll scale this into, let's go something like that. So we've got the kind of rough shape now in here. So let's bring in some edge loops. We'll drop one at the bottom, one right here, and I think what we'll do is we'll drop two right here. Okay, just smooth that off so that's not looking too bad. I think what we might want to do is we'll insert an edge loop straight down the middle. And I'm just going to hold X and snap that to make sure it's exactly in the middle. And I'm just going to scale that like so. And that's just going to help give us a little bit more of a point around that rear section there. I think what we also might want is we may want to insert an edge loop just here and here. There we go, it's looking good. I'm just going to dip it down a bit more. And then, as usual, we can add our shiny material to that too. Cool. Okay, that's looking good to me. So, wing mirrors done, shark fin antenna done. Also, I don't know if I mentioned, but in between previous episodes, I just added some smoothing groups to this center section inside here, and just some additional edge loops, just like we did with everything else. So it's no real difference to what we already did. Now I just think I probably want to put another edge loop in here. So just added an extra edge loop around this edge here. One that runs all the way down along the bottom. I showed up this line just here, and then the same there as well. So that's looking okay. I also did the spoiler Just again, extra few lines here and there, nothing really major. So we're looking good now. I think that's all the body done. All we need to do is have a look at the front and the rear lights. The rear lights are going to be the worst, I think. I don't think the front lights are going to be too tricky. But we'll have a look at that in the next episode.